All right, let's talk about something that is probably driving you crazy. If you are just sick and tired of firing off resumes into some digital black hole, then you need to hear this. We're going to break down a method that lets you bypass that whole broken system. I'm talking about how to get hired even if you have zero experience, by proving your worth directly to the people who actually make the decisions. Let's get into it.
Does this feel familiar? You spent hours, maybe even days, scrolling through job boards, clicking that easy apply button, and just sending your resume into a complete void of silence. You are not alone in this, I promise. But what feels like a personal failure, it's not. It's actually a symptom of a much bigger, totally broken system.
Here's the hard truth, okay? The traditional job search, it's a lottery. It really is. You're just another resume in this giant digital claw machine, kind of hoping you're the one that gets picked. But you know what? Hope is not a strategy. It's time to stop playing this rigged game, and you know what? Create a new one where you make the rules.
So it all starts with what I call the easy apply trap. Let's really break down why this strategy that everyone uses is failing you, so you can escape it for good.
Think about this. For just one single online job posting, you are competing with over 500 other applicants. You're not a needle in a haystack. You are a needle in a stack of other needles. The market literally doesn't know you exist, and that easy apply button is designed to make sure it never will.
This right here, this is the whole difference between the old game and the new one. The old game is so passive, right? You're just waiting for permission, hoping for a chance. The new game is active. It's about creating value, forcing the outcome you want, and taking the opportunity. This is the fundamental shift in thinking we have to make.
This quote captures the exact mindset you have to adopt. I mean it. Operate as if luck simply does not exist. You have to be the driving force in your own career. Stop waiting around for some lucky break and start creating your own.
So that brings us to the core of this entire strategy. You have to do the job first. This is what we call the show, don't tell pivot. Instead of just telling companies what you can do on a piece of paper, on a resume, you are going to show them by actually doing the work.
This is your new mantra. Seriously, do the job before you get the job. Most people, they wait for a title before they're willing to do the work. You're going to flip that whole script. You're going to prove you can solve a company's problems before you are even on their payroll. Okay, here it is. The exact 4-step plan you can start tonight. Step 1, pick a high-value skill, something like sales or copywriting or video editing. Step 2, target just one specific company. 3, find a real problem they have. Go look at their social media for clunky videos, or sign up for their emails and see if they're just boring. And then number 4, you fix it for free. You create the asset they actually need and you give it to them as a gift. So you've created the value. Awesome. Now you need to deliver your Trojan horse. This step is critical. Sending your amazing work to a generic careers email address, that's not going to work. That's the black hole. You have to get it directly to the person who can actually hire you. So think of your outreach like this, a protected cycle of value. First, you're going to use LinkedIn to find the decision maker. We're talking the head of marketing, maybe even the CEO. And please do not use a template. Personalize every single message. Your goal is to provide value up front, not to ask for a favor. This changes the entire dynamic of the conversation.
This is what it actually looks like in practice. Just notice the language. You are not begging for a job, right? You're demonstrating your skill and you're offering a solution. You state your interest, sure, but the focus is all on the value you've already created. And by ending with, keep these as a gift, you remove all the pressure. It makes it impossible for them to see you as just another applicant asking for something.
Look, sending one of these value-packed messages is a huge step, but success isn't about one perfect shot. It's about volume and just a relentless mindset, which brings us to the physics of success, the Kobe mindset.
This chart, it shows the massive advantage you create for yourself. The average applicant, they send what? A couple of generic applications a week? You're going to be sending 40 highly personalized, value-packed messages. This isn't about being smarter. It's about pure, raw output. Volume creates opportunity, and you will win by default.
So here it is. This is your target. You have to commit to sending 100 of these personalized, value-first reach-outs. Not 100 resumes, 100 custom-built projects for 100 different companies.
And listen, you have to be prepared for this number too. 99 of them might say no, or worse, they might say nothing at all. But these are not failures. You got to think of them as practice reps.
Every single project you build makes you better at your skill. Every message you send makes you a better communicator. Because in the end, this is the only number that matters. You only need one yes. One. The 99 rejections, they cost you nothing but time. But that one victory, the one person who recognizes your hustle and hires you, that buys you your freedom. It changes your entire life.
Now, I can already hear it. I can hear the objections. I don't have time. I work 2 jobs. I have kids. And look, those are real constraints. They are. And the solution, it requires an extreme but, and this is important, a temporary shift in how you live your life.
This is what it takes. It's called a season of imbalance. For a short, focused period of time, you go all in. This means sacrificing your weekends. It means cutting out distractions. You're trying to climb out of a deep hole, and that takes an extreme amount of effort. But it's not forever. It is, however, absolutely necessary.
Your family, your friends, they might miss you for a few months, but that short-term sacrifice is what builds their long-term security. You're sacrificing present comfort to buy their future freedom and to provide for them in a way you never, ever could before.
So that's the blueprint. It's not about luck, it is about output. There's no magic bullet coming to save you. There's only the work. So the only question left is, what company are you going to choose, and what problem are you going to solve for them tonight? Go win.